I just finished doing a couple of night shifts in the ICU at Forth Valley. We had a good number of staff on. They've been staffing us really, really well to cope with any unexpected admissions that may require intensive care, and also our levels have been increased significantly, and that is purely to deal with the patients who have COVID-19. The workload when we've got the COVID-19 patients in, the patients tend to be a lot sicker. We're all working in full PPE, which in itself is a challenge. It's hot, you get very dehydrated. So we have to make sure that we have enough people to relieve each other for breaks, regular breaks, which the unit seems to do. And also to be able to provide critical care to patients who do not have a diagnosis of COVID-19. The setup's really good in the unit, and the team spirits is good. People find it difficult. There's no question about it. We're working in a very different situation to what we would normally, and the unit's had really positive times, and has also had really sad times as well, which affects our staff, but they keep going, doing the very best that they can, despite the challenges that we face. I spent most of the day doing steward duties today. I started this morning off at the hospital huddle, and then I spent the rest of the morning calling members just to make sure that they're okay. Even during this pandemic, although a lot of our work has been stood down just because of the situation we're in, and that was decided organisationally and nationally, we do still have things that do need attention during this time. So part of my role is to contact the members to update them with how their case is progressing, any information that I can give them, if there's any information that I require to feed back to the managers or HR, and making sure that they are continually represented. It's a difficult and challenging time for everyone, and the way that we're working is very different, but it's important that that support is continued, it's ongoing, and that members realise that we haven't just disappeared off the grid. Although a lot of reps currently may have been deployed into other areas, we still have work that's ongoing, and to try and best manage that is reassuring for members, I think, to know that they are supported and that we are still here working really, really hard for them. I spent most of the day again today at the hospital, but I got some good news today in that the organisation is going to consider peer vaccination ahead of the flu season this year. I sat on the winter planning group last year, and it's one of the initiatives that we proposed that the organisation consider peer vaccination to use alongside other initiatives to promote the uptake of the flu vaccinations. And I suppose for me, on hearing the news that they are going to consider this, it makes me realise the influence that you can have as a rep when you're attending these meetings and representing our members. So I was really happy to hear that. I also was thinking back about what I've been doing over the last 6 to 8 weeks, and a lot of it has heavy links to health and safety, staff wellbeing, and all of these things I'm really interested in. So it cemented my decision that when things are a bit more settled, I will invest a bit of time and look to become a safety rep alongside my steward role. And I suppose that's the great thing about being active in the RCN, is that it takes you down different paths. It exposes you to things that you're interested in and that you want to get involved in. So for me, the next part of my journey will be to go away and formally train as a safety rep, so that I have that formal training behind me, and that I can continue to represent our members and do the very best that we can for them. Let's see where the journey goes from here.